Hi everyone, what a beautiful day. So bright out here that I have to squint a bit as I use this woodlot as my strategic backdrop. A little cool today, but that's all right. I want to spend a few moments with you here out in the backyard, and here in a moment I want to make reference to the backdrop behind me. Uh, but first, you ever been caught in a deception? Ever been caught up in somebody else's little scheme? Well, it makes me think of the Israelites as we read about them in Joshua chapter 9. In fact, there in Joshua 9, we're told that the Gibeonites, who were their close neighbors, hatched this plan, this scheme to deceive the people of Israel. You see, Israel's reputation and the promise that God had made to Israel had gotten out around to the neighbors. And so the Gibeonites thought, we can't fight them, so we'll sneak our way in. We'll get a treaty with them by making them think that we're from much further away. So they packed up their bags with all kinds of moldy rations. They made the short trip, and we're told there in Joshua chapter 9 that Israel surveyed their provisions, that they looked at what the Gibeonites had and heard their deceptive message, but they did not inquire of the Lord. It reminds us, even in that, of the importance of us being close to our Lord. Because the deception worked as far as the Gibeonites were concerned. Israel went into a treaty with them thinking that they were from much further away than they actually were. You see, the reputation of Israel and the promise that God had made to Israel had gotten around to the neighbors, and the Gibeonites didn't want to be destroyed. Instead, they thought they could deceive their way along. Well, Israel, because they did not inquire of the Lord, entered into a treaty with the Gibeonites, and eventually the truth came out, and they realized that they had been had. Well, because they had entered into this treaty with the Gibeonites, they knew they needed to uphold that, but the solution was that the Gibeonites would be the servants of the people, and primarily the servants of the temple. They would be the cutters of wood and the haulers of water. Wood and water were such valuable resources in that day, and wood and water even today are valuable resources. And hi everyone, I'm back. Just had to pause for a moment there. They had deceived Israel into this place, and they became the servants of the people. Now, I bring that up because, well, there's two aspects of that I kind of kicked the ball on last night and got the ball rolling, I think, as part of our business meeting. I asked the question within the meeting, what can we do with what we have? Now, how does that fit together with Gibeonites and their deception? Well, here's what I'm working with. We have a 20-acre woodlot. And I think it's important for us to inquire of the Lord as to what we can do with what we have. What can we, as a church in a community that's right on the outer edge of a growing city, what can we do with what we have? Let's inquire of the Lord. I'd love to hear from you too. I want to encourage you to as well to be inquiring of the Lord of what can we do with a 20-acre woodlot, and be asking the Lord for His guidance and His direction for us as a community, and for us as a church right within this community, as to how we can be using what we have for the Lord. May we inquire of the Lord, and if we need to be people who chop wood for the sake of serving the community, then let's be willing to do that. And let's be ready to follow in the Lord's lead for what He has for us as people right here in this community. I hope God's blessing you today, and I hope you have a chance to enjoy the sunshine even on this cool day. If you can find some place that's kind of out of the wind, it's not so bad out here. I hope you're enjoying your day. God bless you.